UTE A-League men's competition. This could seal it! Wouldn't you know it? Unbelievable!
The celebrations, there they are.
Talk about a grandstand finish!
Well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
The fairy tale is complete. The Central Coast Mariners, champions of Australia.
Hello, I'm James Dodd and welcome to the Isuzu UTE A-League highlights show. Round 6 got underway at Suncorp Stadium where Brisbane Roar played host to the undefeated Western Sydney Wanderers. Marco Rudan's side arrived in Queensland, sat on top of the ladder and were looking to guarantee top spot for at least another weekend as they faced a Brisbane Roar undefeated at home this season. However, both sides were made to wait for almost an hour before being permitted to kick off due to lightning strikes in the area. Your match commentators for this one were Andy Harper and Robbie Thompson.
Western Sydney have twice before gone 6 games undefeated to start a season. As here is Mile Uznic in behind, the first chance and a goal! Great finish at the near post. Lawrence Thomas beaten in his near post. He won't want to see that too many times, but it was a crisp finish from Mile Uznic, who broke away down the right-hand side. All too easy.
Well, VAR will have a quick check of this one, but we'll enjoy the Harvey Norman replay in the meantime. It's a lovely, lovely ball from Anthony Burke-Gilroy. And Mile Uznic had to be careful of his feet. Players already on notice. Your touch has to be sure.
And Western Sydney have to be careful here. Coletti with Mile Uznic. Drives the comeback, and that's 2! Jack Hingett. 15 minutes on the clock, and it's a dream start for Brisbane Roar. They lead, the league leaders, Western Sydney, by 2-0.
Well, this is just great football.
Brook turning inside, letting fly, and Freak called into action with a strong right hand, turns it behind, corner.
Yeah, really good goalkeeping from Macklin Freak. He didn't have a lot of ground to cover, but the ball had a bit on it, and there were players like Antonsen coming through for maybe a fumble. The Wanderers have got a bit of a spring in their step from kickoff.
Lisby's early cross. Neville with the header away. Now Milanovic! Oh, it's a stinging drive from the edge of the area. And the comeback is on, just as they did against Newcastle when they trailed by 2 at half-time. Western Sydney Wanderers are back in the contest.
Well, it didn't take long. Milanovic picking the ball up centre field and spreading it wide to Clisby, whose cross is not really that well dealt with. On the Harvey Norman replay, what is dealt with is the chest and half volley from Milanovic. He's a fine player, and that's a great finish.
As he headed into the area, and now quickly, Parias bursting forward, Antonsen at the back post. Antonsen is there, blocked by Neville. How?
Parias on the breakaway too fast. He measures this really nicely, Dylan Parias. That's handball, isn't it?
Neville across to cover. Eunice, the cross in is a good one, the header, it's in! Antonsen, the Swedish striker, with the glancing header. And just as it was against Newcastle, the Wanderers have come from 2 goals down, and their Swede has provided an equaliser.
Well, Eunice does excellently. But what about the glancing header and poor defending from Brisbane? I think it was Zabala who got himself on the Harvey Norman replay outplayed at right fullback, and Eunice was away. And they needed a third, Brisbane. It had the smell about it. They needed that third, couldn't get it. And how sweet from the Swede.
Not yet. In it comes Aldrin. Oh, deflected off Brownlee. Is he onside? Does the goal stand at first? For Ryland Brownlee. And they celebrate with the Den as they said they would.
Well, the free kick that led to the corner was a ripper. The marking offside.
It doesn't count. Offside against Brownlee.
Marcus Antonson's second league goal of the season, securing a vital point for the Wanderers as Marco Rudan's side came back from a 2-0 half-time deficit to rescue a point for the second time this season. The first of two fixtures on Saturday saw Western United welcome Wellington Phoenix to Mars Stadium. John Aloisi's Western were in desperate need of points heading into this one, having lost their last 4 matches in a row, and they faced off against an unbeaten Wellington Phoenix side enjoying its best ever start to an A-League campaign. Calling the action for this one, Teresa Palias and Teo Pellizzeri.
Now Nazarene scuffs the pass. It works out for Wales. Good save, Paulson. You heard it hit his gloves on the way over the bar, and Lockie Wales knows how close he was to a goal in game 150. And Kryev keeps it in. Is it third time lucky for the Knicks? Just wide of the post. Costa Barbarouses knows what a good chance that was.
Chance gone begging there for Barbarouses. It was a delightful ball in from Kryev. And he's glanced that wide there. That's a golden opportunity for the Knicks.
And now the volley. Oh, that was sharp. Barbarouses forces a save, and positioning was all important there for Heward Bell.
Yeah, nice volley there.
Danzaki. One against Payne here. Riku Danzaki hangs it up for Bodic, and it's held on to. No, yes, at the second time of asking. Just a bobble from Paulson, and his duel with Bodic continues. Rufa off and running. Here's Barbarouses now. And the return pass is on. The Phoenix are in! And the flag is up. Oh, they've been denied. Old thought he'd scored. The fans are cheering. And those cheers are about to turn to groans. Phoenix fans are down at the other end of the ground, so they'll be hoping for salvation from VAR here. Ben Old is denied.
Real close one this. Another nicely placed ball from Barbarouses.
The goal has been given. VAR has had a look and has said Ben Old has scored. And Western United can't believe it.
Ben Old coming off the bench to inflict more misery upon John Aloisi as the Phoenix soared to the top of the league with a 4th win of the season, while it's now 5 straight losses for Western United. Next up, we head to Allianz Stadium where Ufuk Talai's Sydney FC played host to Perth Glory. Still reeling from their Sydney derby defeat, the Sky Blues made 3 changes to their team as they faced a Perth Glory side with just 4 points to their name and without an away win in their last 13 matches outside of Western Australia. Your commentary team for this one, Daniel McBreen and Simon Hill.
The option really on the right, perhaps they should have taken. Now they've got to turn and chase because Pat Wood is on the move for Sydney. Joe Lolly right, Fabio Gomez left. He chooses Joe Lolly. Big chance, good save, Cameron Cook. Wood on the follow-up. Beavers makes the block. And then Joe Lolly fires it in for Sydney's first goal at Allianz Stadium this season. Their first in over 4 hours of football at this venue. And Ufuk Talai's team take the lead in the 33rd minute.
Well, they finally got the ball in the back of the net. It was probably a mistake at the other end from Perth Glory that gave the ball away on the Harvey Norman replay. You see Pat Wood drives with the ball, and it's good movement from both Gomez and Lolly. And as Lolly brings the ball in, it's a good save from Cook. Wood can't put it away, but then Joe Lolly on that famous left foot steps in and smashes it in against the post.
Still with Woods, now back for Lolly. Robert Mack. And it's still there for Robert Mack. And still, unbelievable! Well, the ball seemed to have got away from him, not once, but twice, but somehow he wriggled clear of the Glory markers and planted it past Cameron Cook to make it 2-0 for Sydney FC. It's his first of the season. Get a chance here. Is he onside? Adam Taggart. There's no flag. Big chance for Perth Glory. Taggart buries it. And the flag stays down. Taggart has a look at the linesman. But he's made it 2-1. Allianz Stadium, the one ground that he'd never scored at before. He's just put that right and netted his 30th goal in Glory colours. But Gomez, Lolly, Fabio Gomez. Good save, Cameron Cook. Full stretch again. Bit of a job to do. Lolly's corner. Again, Beavers is behind him. Here's Luke Bratton. Oh, he drilled that with total conviction. And it's another really good save from Cameron Cook. Here's Fabio Gomez. Can Sydney put the game to bed? Big chance here. Oh, Glasson has got it. The final touch might have been off the defender, but he doesn't care. Goes to celebrate his first Sydney FC goal with the Cove. And Ufuk Talay says, finally, we've got the points now secured.
Well, it's a goal that caps off a dominant display from Sydney FC. They haven't been able to kill off this Perth Glory side until the 89th minute of the match. And the young man is claiming his first goal.
Bozanic. Oh, it's a great effort. It's a brilliant goal from Ollie Bozanic. Redmayne got the angles all wrong. And Ollie Bozanic, who has scored a few beauties during his career, adds another one to the collection.
Sydney FC eventually securing all 3 points against the Glory to give Ufuk Talay his second win in 3 games in a match that lasted over 3.5 hours. Join us after the break as Central Coast Mariners faced off against Melbourne Victory at Industry Group Stadium. Welcome back to the Isuzu UTE A-League highlights show. The defending A-League champions welcomed Melbourne Victory to Industry Group Stadium as Mark Jackson's Mariners looked to build on their impressive win over rivals Newcastle in round 5. As for the Victory, Tony Popovic's side are still unbeaten in the league this season, however they were going in search of their first win since October, given they've drawn their last 3 matches. Daniel McBreen and Robbie Thompson are your match commentators for this one.
If they get a win here, as Quoll gets the better of Miranda. Quoll still going, and Quoll scores. Roderick Miranda appealing to referee and assistant, saying he was fouled in the penalty box, but Alu Quoll was straight back to his feet, rounded Izzo, and got his second of the campaign.
Well, it's all come out of nowhere, really. The game was meandering along, not much happening at either end. And out of nothing, the Mariners are leading 1-0. And that's all from the pressure of Alu Quoll created himself.
Fornaroli. We have seen that little adjustment you were talking about of trying to get Brimmer higher up the pitch, haven't we? Here's Fornaroli. Fornaroli tries to bend it. Oh! Bruno Fornaroli! He opted for precision instead of power. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, and he executed it to perfection. That is the quality of Bruno Fornaroli. It is an exquisite goal to equalise in the first minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half.
He doesn't blast it, he just places it. Beautiful technique. Danny Vukovic was struggling all the way, and as soon as it came off his boot, you knew that was flying in the top corner. Wonderful skill, strength, and the precision with the strike at the end. That is absolute class from Bruno Fornaroli. Look at that. From the moment it left his boot, you knew that was going in the top corner. It doesn't get any better than that.
Miranda. And now Brimmer. Valupale, one way then the other. Valupale shoots. Oh, brilliantly done. Well, he put the defender on the ground, opened up, and gets his second goal of the season. And Victory have scored 2 absolute beauties this afternoon to come from behind and lead the Mariners by 2-1. With Nisbet. Nisbet straightens up. He's being held on to as well there by Monge. Was there a hand? Yes, penalty, says the referee. Well, was it inside the box? Just about. Alex King did not hesitate. The chance for his first A-League goal. The Colombian steps up and scores. coolly slotting the ball home beyond Izzo. And after going ahead early and seeing victory take control, the Mariners have stormed back into this contest and are back on level terms, and this one is set up for the grandstand finish now. Are still undefeated. Victory is still scoring goals. Oh, careful! Tipped over. Izzo sparing his own blushes there. Jacob Farrell trying to add to the sense of occasion.
Well, I'm not too sure if that's what Jacob Farrell meant. He's looking to bend that one into the centre and just shanked it.
That late penalty from Angel Torres enough to earn the Mariners a share of the points in Gosford, as Melbourne Victory remain unbeaten but have now drawn 4 matches in a row and are without a clean sheet since the opening game of the season. The final game on Sunday saw us head to McDonald Jones Stadium, where Newcastle Jets played host to Melbourne City. With just 1 win all season, Rob Stanton's young Jets side were looking to add to their tally of 5 points, but they would be without top scorer Apostolos Stamatolopoulos due to a hamstring issue, while Aurelio Vidmar's Melbourne City arrived in Newcastle for what was the 3rd away game in a row as they juggle both A-League and AFC Champions League commitments. Calling the action at McDonald Jones Stadium, Phil Moss and Glenn Lauder.
Rozos doesn't look like he's thinking about it, as you say, into the jaws of that southerly. Dinks it over the top, and Jamie Young has to punch, but only as far as Moragas bombing forward, and he almost caught Young off guard there, but City live to see another day. A goal kick. Cyprian, another experienced pickup for City this season. He threads it for Arslan. Brandon O'Neill hanging off. Here is McLaren. Great save, Ryan Scott, off his leg and scrambled away by Nutter, but the danger's not gone. Antonis from the edge of the area has his shot blocked, and the Jets finally can breathe a sigh of relief as they win a free kick. Danger signs there for City.
Well, it was pretty routine stuff too from a Newcastle defensive point of view.
Aquilina makes Canchar work hard. And now Ingham loses out to Yakalish, who looks into the middle, waiting for it. Can you believe it? On starting debut, Ben Mazzeo, at just 18 years of age. It's taken him 11 minutes, and he's got his first Isuzu UTE A-League men's goal. And Melbourne City are one to the good.
And look at the debutant, the kid out of St Kevin's College, 11 minutes into his senior debut.
Chance for Yakulis. Arslan, they're lining up. Jamie McLaren! He's had little to do all afternoon. A rare sight on goal. But when he gets one, he makes sure it counts. 148 in the Isuzu UTE A-League men's competition for Jamie McLaren, and Melbourne City lead 2-0. 3 options for City. They'll keep the Jets guessing. 3 in the wall. Moragas is being blocked by Steve Ugarkovic. It won't be Arslan. It'll be Saki towards the back post. Good save by Ryan Scott. It was spectacular, but fairly routine. Here's Lecky. Ugarkovic in game 200. Nata keeps him at bay. They need to clear this. Newcastle, they're dallying. City get the ball back. Not dealt with as quickly as it possibly should have been for Newcastle. Now they can break. Jamie Young's a long way out. He brings Archie Goodwin down, and this could be real drama for Jamie Young. It'll be a yellow card. He knew what he was doing. He was beaten. Archie Goodwin goes to ground, and now the protest from the Jets.
Not a definite opportunity for goal scoring, but it does fall into that clear sin bin category, the ugly spectre of which has been raised by IFAB.
Club captain Jamie McLaren bagging his 4th goal of the campaign to help seal just the 2nd win of the season for Melbourne City, who moved up to 7th on the ladder. And the final game of the round saw Macarthur FC host Adelaide United in a rare Monday night fixture at Campbelltown Stadium. Head coach Mile Stajovski recalled club captain Ulises Davila to the starting lineup after the Mexican was rested for their midweek AFC Cup trip to Thailand, and they faced an Adelaide United side which has already found the back of the net 14 times this season in just 5 matches. Your commentators for this one, Phil Moss and Simon Hill.
Miller leaving it for Nicolau, who just about managed to get there. And Sean Evans says there was an infringement on the edge of the box, which Nick Ansell disputes, but it's going to be a free kick for the Bulls. Lewis goes low and it's gone straight through. Did it take a touch?
Does Jermaine get a touch on it? I think he does, but geez, it was static defending.
Iran Kunda. Running with purpose, and the Bulls' defence, and getting to the byline. It's a brilliant cross. It's a super goal, dispatched by Zach Clough for his 3rd of the season, and Adelaide are all square.
You can't let this kid run at you. FAL doesn't do enough for mine. Vojica gets stood up. Iran Kunda doesn't give it up, and he picks out that man Clough right in the middle of the 18-yard box for a simple finish.
So he has lost out in the challenge. It's a lovely ball by Davila. Matt Miller's away. What a goal! 2 on MacArthur. A stunning finish from Matt Miller. And what about the assist from Uli Davila? That is sensational football by Mile Stajovski's outfit.
Ulises Davila, that is absolutely class on the Harvey Norman replay. Look at this, he looks up, doesn't even take a touch. His first touch is straight into the path of Matt Miller, who makes no mistake from outside the box. He knew exactly where he was going to place that ball, but look at that, outside of the left foot, perfectly weighted, perfectly placed from De Vea.
Back off Isaias. Clipped in by Kito and Bobolina! 2-2 in first half stoppage time. A first A-League goal for the 19-year-olds. And it has fairly rained goals in this first half at Campbelltown Stadium. Kito and Halloran's run allowed that ball to be played through the fullback, and Zach Clough with his 2nd of the game as Adelaide hit the front for the first time. 3-2. And they worked it beautifully down that left-hand side. Halloran's ball in. And Clough again with the finish from the central position. Towards the near post. Drew will get the ball forward. There was a foul on Drew, but advantage played, and Danny De Silva races clear. He's got a man left if he needs him. It's Valère Germain. Big chance for the Bulls, and they dallied too long. Still there for Jake Holman! 3-3. The Bulls on the counter, catching Adelaide United out, and it's a 6-goal thriller in Campbelltown. That's a clever ball. De Silva, Drew, and Davila. Extraordinary. From 3-2 down to 4-3 up in the blink of an eye. And it's the Bulls skipper who pokes the ball in.
Ulises Davila's late goal securing all 3 points for the Bulls as Stajovski's side moved up to 3rd on the ladder and go 6 games unbeaten for the first time in club history. That's all for this week on the Isuzu UTE A-League Highlights Show. We'll see you next time.